food, absolutely gorgeous. Lovely food. Anyway, after the meal, we played card roulette. So Sarah got her card out. Toddy, put your hand up. Beautiful bridesmaid got her card out. I was on the Lloyd's student card because I'm grown up. They get out their probably gold card, Amex. Then Barney gets out this black card, Coots. Obviously the waiter picks it. Anyway, Barney pays. Later, the next day I get this message saying, "Hey mate, wasn't really expecting the card to be picked. Do you mind transferring the money?" I was like, "Don't worry, I know Toby's details, I'll transfer straight across." Anyway, that's how I first met Sarah. She is beautiful. How beautiful does she look today? Yeah. She's absolutely lovely, and it is my pleasure to welcome her to the mic. Miss Sarah Hayward.
I wasn't nervous, and then I just suddenly got really nervous. But we're here, we're doing it. I really hope that you acknowledged Barney's speech was on like 18 ripped up pieces of paper. Mine's personalised cue cards. You can tell who organised the stationery. Anyway, I actually haven't learned it. I've been a bit busy doing this stuff. Here we are. Anyway, as many of you know, I am normally standing in the wings, normally actually back there, to the person at centre stage. So today is slightly out of my comfort zone. That said, I wanted to say a few thank yous of my own. To reiterate what Daddy and Barney have said, a heartfelt thank you to you all for being here. Today is a huge day in my life, in Barney's life, and in our story. And I'm so grateful that to whatever degree, albeit big or small, we are all part of yours in some way. Devon is a very special place to us, so thank you all so much for being at Callsworthy today. Almost 3 years ago, Barney brought me to his Devon home to meet his parents. It quickly transpired that his grandparents would also be here. Now, Callsworthy, as many of you will know, has a few Osmonds kicking around. So there was then meeting Neil, Mark and Boo, of which Mark, after a kiss on the cheek, kindly pointed out that I was much better than the guy he brought down a week before. That weekend, Barney had forgotten to mention he was due to play cricket. So down at the Valley, I had a trial as sous chef to Rachel's notorious cricket tea, and by the time the last scone had been scoffed, I pretty much met most of the Linton and Lynmouth team, so it was quite the meeting the parents experience. But in truth, I wouldn't have it any other way. I am incredibly fortunate that since my first visit, I've really felt at home. Whilst my wonderful grandparents aren't with us today, Barbara and Dudley, thank you so much for making me feel like your fifth grandchild. And to Barney's extended family and friends, thank you to you all for making me feel so welcome. To our best man, Fee, Barney's ushers, Hen, and our master of ceremony, Fred, thank you for your friendship too. May the nickname Sazwaz live on forever. To my new family, the incredible duo, Rachel and Toby, I'm sure everyone will agree that I really hit the in-laws jackpot. Thank you for allowing us to host the wedding here and your support, help and contribution in making it all possible. Ever since our first meeting, thank you for your love, kindness and endless laughter. It really couldn't make me happier to officially join your family and become Sarah Hayward. Now to the whites, there are a lot of us. I actually haven't written this down, but I remember when Barnes and I met, he was like, "How many siblings have you got?" I was like, "I'm one of 5. He was like, "Fuck." To my siblings and in-laws, I love being the youngest of 5 siblings, 6 if you include Anthony. To To my big brother and nephew Gus, thank you for driving me to church. I don't know who was more nervous, me or Daddy with you driving his electric car. I was like, don't press that, do this, no. Minnie, if I could bottle up all your incredible one-liners, I would. You're definitely the funniest one of us, the most beautiful bridesmaid, and to confirm, yes, you can now call Barney Uncle Barney. To my brothers, Duncan and Phil, thank you for not giving Barnes a brother's grilling and instead getting Anthony to do it. Kathy, thank you so much for all your help with my iconic wedding shoes. We'll happily find any excuse to go shopping. Oh, and it says here, and take over more of the wardrobe space. And thank you for your support in getting to today. I am so proud to have such accomplished sisters. Beth and Kathy, you are both incredible women. Kathy and Todd, thank you for the perfect hen do. You and the bridesmaid totally nailed the brief. Toddy, how to summarise our friendship in a few short sentences wouldn't do justice to it. From our art school days to holidays to our self-appointed penthouse in the Goldthorpe Road, you're truly one in a billion. And to my bridesmaids, Moles and Murray Willis, thank you for your love, friendship and years of laughter. And Murray Willis, a big, big thank you for travelling over 3,500 miles to be by my side today. To my final girl in blue, darling Daisy. When she first met my parents, as Barney mentioned, I actually added that in because I just thought he would. She pointed out that in fact she was the third most important person at the wedding and should probably sit next to Mike. I'm really sorry, Daisy, that I stole your seat. When I first met Daisy, as Barney pointed to just a minute ago, he said, she'll love you, but if she doesn't, you'll know. I, knowing something a bit about Daisy, suspected a possible route to her heart. So I booked dinner at Soho House, totally basic bitch, a couple of bottles of rosé, several, and basically a dissection of the Daily Mail sidebar, and the rest was history. Daisy, thank you for having my back then and for having my back now. I guess you finally got a sister. Yeah. This is the bit where I think I might cry. So to Mummy and Daddy, thank you both so much for your contribution, constant help and support. I never imagined having conversations with Daddy about what size vases or colour bows to get. The regular updates on the number of bottles of rosé in the White household, I think, should become a permanent feature. It was so handy. As many of you will know, fun and humour is a thread that runs through Jane and Mike White. This was especially prevalent when back in March 2020 I headed back to Surrey for what was intended to be a 2-week lockdown and ultimately turned into a 4-month staycation. Fortunately, we get on well, given my hobby in my 20s of third-wheeling their luxurious holidays. Whilst I totally acknowledge that period of time was challenging for many, I, being in my late 20s, would never have been able to have such an amount of quality time with my parents. Mummy's desire to keep things entertaining included activities such as renaming rooms, so Daddy's office became the YMU HQ. Extracurricular activities would involve virtual gym classes, quiz nights, baking and lots of long walks. One highlight was when Mummy decided to dress up as Julie Walters' character in 2 Suits to walk into the newly named YMU HQ office with a freshly made coffee and banana bread, only to see Tess Daly sat on Zoom. Kathy and I have been truly blessed with 2 remarkable parents. Growing up in a loving home and being so lucky to have an incredible upbringing that it was always going to be hard to find someone when my parents set such a high standard. The huge love and respect they share for one another is a gorgeous thing to see and be around. I love you both so much and count myself lucky every day to be your pairsy. One important lesson I will take from them is to marry your best friend, find the partner to ride life's ups and downs with, and don't stop laughing along the way. I'm so grateful that I found mine and I married him today. Yeah. If Barney and I are half as happy as you two are in 37 years, I'll consider us very lucky. Now, following my Surrey staycation, I returned to London, and a few months later, Barney and I had our last ever first date. Fortunately, it was with each other. Barney, I am so fortunate that you have brought into our relationship a range of new experiences. It's really been quite the education. I was really naive to think Lord's was just next to the Commons, not the home of cricket. Skiing was what my parents referred to when they were spending the kids' inheritance, not what I now spend 80% of my annual leave doing. And cod is not just a fish, but a PlayStation game. Like, what is that about? Little did I know what my cricket and Call of Duty playing, Cheddar's munching, skiing-obsessed boyfriend would bring to my life. We started our story dating, became partners and best friends. You also doubled up at times after Sam. Sam was great, we love Sam. As my ski instructor. Then housemates. You tested the in sickness and in health of our early doors into the engagement, so nurse is also on my list too. She's actually been banned from cricket to the 1st of July. In more recent times, you actually mentioned this, using your finance experience to become the wedding CFO, supporting me being creative director. But today I'm so excited to be able to add wife to the very top of that list. My darling Barney, I could use all the best words I know, but they wouldn't even come close to describing how awesomely special you are. Your humour, kindness and passion are infectious, and what I can't say to you today in a few short lines, I promise to spend my life saying to you. I love you so very much. Whoa. Thank you for always making me smile, laugh until my stomach aches, pick me up when I'm down, and for making me feel so loved. The last 3 years have been incredible, and I'm so glad I married you, not just for today, but for every day. Who knows what our next chapter will be, where our story goes, but we'll be doing it together, and I'm so excited for what's to come. But one thing I'll forever be grateful for is to the very, very beginning of our story. And so to our wonderful family and friends, please join me and raise your glass to my final thank you. To my husband, thank you for swiping right.